Hi guys. So, with the schedule being all crazy messed up with testing this week, you're gonna have some video lessons, so we can all stay caught up in class and stay on the same thing. So you took a little pre-assessment over surface area and volume. Okay, so you're gonna watch a little video on it, and do an activity. So first let's review the difference between surface area and volume, okay? Surface area, if you have a three-dimensional shape like this rectangular prism, surface area is what's going to cover the outside of it, right? The surface of the object, okay? And then volume is what, if this is my Chick-fil-A box, the volume is how much chicken I can fit inside that box, okay? So volume is what can go on the inside of the 3D object, okay? So we know from 5th grade to calculate volume, we take length times width times height, right? Well, now you may have some fractions with it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But we're gonna focus on surface area right now. So to calculate surface area, sometimes you'll be given a prism like this with the dimensions. So if you look, I drew it right here. This is our Chick-fil-A box, okay? And it's 10 centimeters by 8 centimeters by 4 centimeters. And we've got to find the surface area. Well, they'll want us using the net, okay? So remember, the net is when we unfold the object and lay it out flat, okay? So if we unfold this, okay, I have it labeled for you too. The first thing I'm going to unfold is my front, okay? Then I'm going to continue to unfold to my top, okay? So if you look, I have my front, I have my top, and if I continue to unfold, I have my back, then my bottom, okay? And then I always do the sides last. So I unfold my sides, and this time they're attached to the top, okay? So if I lay this out flat, this is called my net of my rectangular prism, okay? Something you might want to notice. Your front and your back are equal, right? Your two sides are equal. And then your top and your bottom are equal. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the board here. And my magnets aren't very strong to hold it. So I'm going to hang it up on the board here with my magnets. Oh, here. Let's see if I can, ow, get it to work here. Doesn't like to stay up. Well, that's, maybe if I use the right side, right? See, it's gonna slide down the board. It's not working very well. So we're gonna see if I can adjust the camera here a little bit. It bends down a little. There we go, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna calculate the surface area of this rectangular prism, okay? And we're going to use it by using this net, but we also have to use the picture of it, okay? So if we look, if we have our Chick-fil-A box right here, okay? And sometimes it's easier if you color code it. So the first thing I'm looking at right here is my front. I hope you all can see it. There's my front, okay? So I look and write the dimensions of my front, okay? So I'm going to label it right here. So I have my front, and I look. The dimensions of my front is right here. The length is 10, so it's going to be 10 by, and if I look, of my front, right here, my length is 10, my width here of my front is 4. So my front is 10 by 4, okay? Now, what I say, my front and my back are equal, right? So if my front is 10 by 4, that means my back is 10 by 4, okay? So now, let's go on. So we unfolded our front, now let's go to our top, okay? So I'm gonna try to use a different color here, or I can just erase this. That's the beauty of dry erase markers. I can just erase them, okay? So now I'm going to look at my top, which is right here. Here's my top, okay? And I need to find the dimensions of my top. Well, if I look, here's my length, it matches this, right? So it's 10. So I have my top. It's going to be 10 by, I have to look at my dimensions. Here's my length. Here's my width right here. Well, if you look, there's no measurement with that, but it matches this one right here, okay? So it's 8. So my top is 10 by 8. Well, look, my top and my bottom are equals, okay? So I have my bottom, and it's 10 by 8 as well, okay? So we have our top and our bottom, we have our front and our back. Now, we need to move on to our sides, okay? So now, right here, have a red? Oh, yes I do, okay? Right here is my side, okay? So I have to find the dimensions of my side. So if I look, it's right here, it's 8, okay? So I have my side, and it's 8, and then I look, there's my length, my width is right here, okay, which is equivalent to this over here, so it's 8 by 4, okay? So if one side is 8 by 4, look, that means the other side is 8 by 4, okay? So now we can calculate the area of each face, okay? So if we start with our front, 10 times 4 is 40. 10 times 4 is 40. Okay, then we have our top and our bottom. 10 times 8 is 80. 10 times 8 is 80. Okay, it's just like finding the area of an irregular figure. We found the area of each face, okay? That's what we're doing right now. The side, 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, so we found the area of each face like we did last week, right? Now to find the total area of it, or the total surface area, we gotta add all the areas together, okay? So we're gonna take 32 plus 32. We're gonna take it plus 40 plus 40, okay? Then we're going to take it plus 80 plus 80, and we're going to add those all together to get our surface area, okay? So we do 32 plus 32, that gives me 64. This is just an easier way for me to do it. And then 40 plus 40 gives me 80. And then 80 plus 80 gives me 160. Okay? 3 numbers are easier to add than 6. And then we add 4 plus 0, and you can use a calculator. This 4. 6 plus 8 plus 6, so we got 12. Plus 8 is 20. Carry my 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay? So my total surface area of my Chick-fil-A box is 304 centimeters squared. Okay? So that's how you find the surface area. You find the area of each face, okay? Just like we did with an irregular figure. You find the area of each face or each side, okay? Then you add them all together to get your total surface area.